So it's February 18th, 2017. We're here at Edible Acres 2, and we're in a really weird moment in that it's way warmer than it should be. We're just in the middle of winter, and 15 degrees at night and 20 degrees by day, a fair amount of snow, and now all of a sudden we're going to come into a bunch of really intense thawing days. Today is just about 50. We're going to be seeing 60 in the next few days, and so what I'm working on right now is creating, kind of renovating pathways for water to flow through the landscape and be able to leave. I made a video last fall, I'll link to it here. I think that's how people do these in the videos. We'll see if it's up there. That shows this garden dealing with a really heavy rain event after a droughty summer. So you can check that out. And the idea right now is I'm retrenching a waterway that will allow for the water as it moves down this hillside. Because again, we're on a north-facing slope. There's a tremendous amount of soil and water that is upslope of us, and it has to go somewhere. And so what I'm doing is digging and relieving this trench, and all the while I'm harvesting this material and putting it up on raised beds, because there's a lot of nutrient, as you can probably see, in this material. And if I were to have this all just leave the property, it would be a real waste. Now some people will say from a permaculture standpoint, with water, isn't it always slow it, spread it, sink it? And I think that that's true in certain scenarios, but there are times of year and there's certain sites where you have more water than your soil can handle to be productive. And so we need these release valves here. But by digging out these release valves, if I just cut them straight to the road, we'd be losing nutrients all the time. Having it come through and dump to a pond, which then overflows, goes through a tube, dumps to another pond, over and over and over again, you can see that as this water comes through, it's carrying a huge nutrient load into this pond, but all that soil, all of that fertility is going to be able to settle in this pond, and in the spring, or in the summer if we get into a droughty time and the pond water level lowers, we can harvest that muck and send it up onto these beds. So I'm going to take a moment, try to do some ergonomically correct digging. We'll do another video about this idea later on. I probably move a few million pounds of soil and hay and manure a year, and I'm in my mid-30s. I'm trying to be able to do this until I'm 80, so I make sure I'm always working with my legs and not with my back and all that kind of stuff. You can see I use my knee as a fulcrum to turn the shovel. So I'll just shave. One of my favorite parts about shaving these trenches is breaking that last little barrier to have it dump into a silt catch or into a pond. And look at that soil, it's jet black. And so now as this weird thaw in late February, I guess the weird weather is the new norm, as this thaw happens, all this sediment and silt and nutrient can dump into this little pond and water can relieve through the landscape. So, plenty more of this type of stuff to do. That's all.